get so excited about working my back because it helps my posture. Obviously, I'm not 25 anymore. I've got a few years on that. So in order to keep your posture and not winding just like this down with a horrible posture, overdeveloped and shortened chest muscles and anterior deltoids, we do some back work in order to develop the back muscles a little bit more and focusing more on that. So I am going to show you some back exercises. Now I'm going to use I have a variety of different toys here. You can use whatever weight you need to use for you. I just want you to remember that it's important to challenge yourself just a little bit. So if it's a little bit too light, you might want to go a little bit heavier. But we're going to do a bent over row first. The important thing about this is that you have the correct form. So often I see exactly what we're looking to avoid is the rounded back. So say I took some 15-pound dumbbells. Now I've been doing this a long time, so 15 pounds is good for me. Doesn't mean it's good for you. Work at your pace. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand slightly to the side, and you're going to see how I'm going to position my back. So instead of like this, I'm going to just kick my booty out just a little bit. I call it the sexy kitten, not the lazy cow. And you just tip that booty out just a little bit. And then as you do that, you're going to think about those shoulder blades. You're going to think about squeezing and pinching a pencil in between those shoulder blades. So here we go. So you're just going to squeeze the shoulder blades together and come back down. Now remember that you don't want to go too fast. To burn them out, you might do that, but you want to use muscle, not momentum. So let's just go less repetitions and better form. So let's just go slowly, squeezing the shoulder blades together, squeezing and back down. Squeeze and down. You'll notice also that the biceps are assisting in this, so we get to use our biceps a little bit on this one. But this is a great exercise to pull your shoulders back, to squeeze and improve that posture by squeezing those shoulder blades together. Now, if that gets a little tiring, you can take one at a time, or you can go just as many as you can and start over again. So you want to get probably a couple sets in that. The idea is to try to fatigue them as much as possible. Another great exercise is basically the same thing, and what you're going to do is you're just going to drop one of the weights so it doesn't seem so overwhelming. You're going to lean on that right leg, kick that booty out just a little bit, and then you're just going to pull straight back. Now to throw just a little bit of a core move or a functional movement in there, you might rotate a little bit. But you're taking some of the back out. So then you're throwing some of the abdominals in. So working strictly on the back, you just pull straight back. So go as many as you can, probably 8 to 12. If you're going over 12, go ahead and increase that weight a little bit. But more of a functional movement, you could take it all the way down and then rotate and pull it back. Down, and you will feel it definitely in that core. So just another little exercise that you might want to think about doing. You're going to always take it to the other side. We don't want to work out of here uneven. Try not to relax that weight down when you come down. Probably just try to keep just a little bit of resistance on there. There's no tension here. There's only resistance. There is no tension when you're working out with Sharon. So pull straight back and down, back and down. Don't twist yet. Just pull and watch that form. Make sure it's nice and pretty. Nice and controlled. Don't fall down, throw back, fall down, throw back. The object is to fatigue the muscle. So you're losing that every time you drop it down like that. So a nice controlled movement. All right, and then we're going to use our rotation, maybe drop it down. Like we're lifting something up and throwing it behind us. Maybe we're entering the dryer. I hate to say it, but something like that. So there's always laundry to do, right? Just like that. And a couple more. And those are a couple. Now that's just actually a row. It's a row. You can use a bench to hold on to. You can use your leg if your back fatigues. But that is a row. Easy peasy, work at your pace. Another good one for back, or for actually to throw some rear deltoids in it, would be to take a band, and you don't have to bend over. Now this is just an old band. You can buy these very cheaply at your big stores or even online. Of course, everybody buys everything online, right? So you're just going to bring it chest high right here. Easy peasy. Arms are straight. Tiny bend in the elbow just to keep you, always keep them a little bit soft. And then just pull straight back to your chest. So this, again, is not like that, okay? I see that so often in the gym, all right? So you just want to hold it tight, keep it tight. Keep that resistance on, no tension. Keep the resistance on, and then pull straight back, just like that. Keeping that resistance on, pulling it all the way back to the chest and back. That works those rear deltoids, the back of the shoulders, to pull those shoulders back as well. Pretty? I think so. So your whatever muscle you're working, that resistance has to come from the same line. So that's what you have to think about. Maybe that doesn't make sense to you, but it makes sense to me. So in other words, if we're going to work our lats now, you might want to pull them down just like this. So your lats are that portion on the side here of your back, the wider, the bigger muscle on the back. You would then have your band. If it was a long band with handles, you might want to grab the middle of the band and wrap the handles around you. This just happens to be about the right resistance for me. So you're just going to pull it down and back up. Always in front now. Don't pull behind the neck. It's too tough on the shoulders. But you bring it down, tiny bend in the elbow. You bend the elbow down to about a 90-degree angle and bring it back up. And you're working your lats, just like that. I think I have somebody messaging me to make sure that they get this workout, right? And this will tire you, believe me. Even though we're not pulling that big lat machine down, this will catch up to you. And it feels great. It feels great. And then you'll also have that nicely formed lats on the side so that when you wear those shirts or dresses, as long as you're watching a little bit of your meal plan and what you're eating, you won't have that extra stuff hanging over that top. So another great one would be just to include some of your basically your pulling of from underneath your foot, and once again, more like a row, stepping on the band just like that, and once again, you're leaning a little bit on the leg, you're maybe wrapping that band around and pulling back. And on this one, you want to really rotate because you can really use, I'm going to go this way, this might be a better view for you, I apologize, and really use that rotation for your back. Once again, see that bicep come into play? Now if we're working back, we might also want to work biceps the same day because they assist each other. So the biceps assist the back is a larger muscle. So you might want to work that in order to make it work right. So let me just get a little bit more resistance here and then pull all the way back. Just like that. So those are some back exercises. If that's all you do today, do some back exercises. Shape your back, throw your shoulders back, be proud. You're doing something for you. I will see you soon.